The chaos of me, always buzzing, always noisy. Such a trial. In the garden behind our house, my friends and I played at being cowboys and Indians, Zulus, King Arthur and Robin Hood, armed with swords and spears in the form of bamboo canes robbed from the vegetable patch, and make-believe bows and arrows. When it came to the Robin Hood game, I always insisted on playing a merry man or even the Sheriff of Nottingham. Anything other than Maid Marian. In all the versions of the legend I'd come across, Maid Marian didn't do very much except get imprisoned and or rescued, which didn't greatly appeal to me. I had no interest in being the swooning prisoner. I wanted to wrestle and hit people with sticks, like the rough little tomboy I was. This was in the late 60s and early 70s. Girl power hadn't yet turned Maid Marian, Guinevere, Arwen, or any of the other complaisant heroines of legend into feisty all-action go-getters. Besides, in comparison with the pale, pretty girls who were my friends, I was too ugly to play the heroine. I didn't care. I liked being ugly. I had thick black hair and dirty skin, and earth under my nails and calluses on my feet, and that was how I preferred it. How I howled when my mother made me take a bath, when she attacked me with Wright's coal tar soap or tried to untangle my hair. If guests were staying at the house, as they occasionally did, she had to warn them. "Take no notice of the screaming. It's only Isabelle. She hates having her hair washed." You'd never have recognised me 3 decades later. The day I went to the solicitor's office to take charge of the letter my father had left me in his will, I wore a classic Armani trouser suit and Prada heels. My unruly hair was cut and straightened into a neat shoulder-length bob. My makeup was discreet and expertly applied. The dirt under my nails had been replaced with a practical square-cut French manicure. Ironic, really. I now presented myself in a manner of which my mother would have thoroughly approved, had she still been alive. It was hard, even for me, who had travelled every step of the long path between the grubby little hooligan I had once been and the carefully turned-out businesswoman I had become, to reconcile the two. The letter he left for me was short and cryptic, which was apposite. My father was a short and cryptic sort of man. It said, "My dear Isabelle, I know I have been a great disappointment to you, as a father and as a man. I do not ask for forgiveness, or even understanding. What I did was wrong. I knew it then, and I know it now. One bad decision leads to another, and another, and another. A chain of events leading to catastrophe. There is a story behind this catastrophe to be told, but I am not the one to tell it. It is something you need to piece together for yourself, for it belongs to you, and I do not want to reinterpret it for you, or spoil it as I have spoiled everything else. So I am leaving you the house, and something else besides. In the attic you will find a box with your name on it. Inside that box are what you might call waymarkers for your life. I know you have always felt at odds with the world in which you found yourself, and I must take at least half of the blame for that. But perhaps by now you have come to terms with it. If that is indeed the case, forget this letter. Do not open the box. Sell the house and everything in it. Let sleeping beasts lie. Go in peace, Isabelle, and with my love, for the little it is worth. Anthony Treslove Fawcett. I read this in the lawyer's office in Holborn, a brisk 10-minute walk away from the office where I worked as a highly paid tax accountant, with the solicitor and his clerk watching on curiously. Also in the envelope, a set of house keys on a battered leather fob. "All well?" the solicitor asked brightly. A strange question to ask someone whose father has just died, though maybe he was not to know that I had not seen that father in the best part of 30 years, not in person, at least. I was shaking so much I could hardly speak. "Yes, thank you," I replied.